Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I'm helping you break through your barriers and transcend any limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So today's weekly inspiration is to not give so much power to your current circumstance. With this eclipse energy that we have going on, I just made a video on the solar eclipse. I did make a point in that video where you're focusing your energy on is going to expand. I mean, that's every day, right? You're a powerful creator. Our beliefs and our state of being or vibration create our reality, right? It's how we manifest. I have a whole manifestation playlist that I created a while ago as well. Check it out. So if we're in a circumstance that we're not happy with, for whatever reason, sometimes we give so much power to that circumstance. Sometimes we forget that the only thing that's inevitable in this life is change. So things are always changing. But if you keep focusing on the circumstance, like, I don't want to be here, this sucks, I'm miserable, right? That's what's going to expand, especially if you're really feeling into that and that's what you believe about whatever is in your current reality. You're gonna perpetuate that reality. I'm not saying that you should be happy in a circumstance that's not good. You want to shift the meaning or shift the perspective. So instead of I'm miserable, I don't want to be here, just have the perspective more like, okay, this is the stepping stone to where I want to go. This is somehow teaching me a lesson that's going to help me go where I want to go. There's a silver lining and a lesson in every experience you have. Once you extract the lesson, the circumstances change, right? If you continue to think and feel and act a certain way, your reality and your circumstance has to change. I just made a video, my weekly intuitive message a couple weeks ago was about focusing more on the inside instead of whatever's going on the outside. So this is kind of like a part 2 to that. I guess it's just another way of thinking about it. Whatever's going on in your circumstance, we need to take responsibility that we played a part in that. Somehow this circumstance manifested, right? You believed in it, you felt it, you took action, you made decisions that led you to the circumstance. So a lot of it is just accepting what is, whatever it looks like, and then changing the meaning of it. For instance, when I was in my addiction phase of my life, it was pretty rough. I was in a lot of bad circumstances. But even in my darkest moments, even when I was going through a dark night of the soul, even when I had mental breakdowns, whatever, you know, I was able to see a higher perspective, even though it was hard because I was very stuck in the circumstance and in negative feelings. I got myself really deep into a spiral. That spiral was necessary. It led me on a journey to heal, to improve, to spiritually evolve even, and to be a stronger person, to deal with other things that happened later in my life that I needed that strength for, and that things that I'm still working through today. So whatever is going on right now, accept it for what it is, extract the lesson, and do something different. Get outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you're comfortable being miserable. If you don't change internally, the outside can't change, right? Reality is a mirror, right? It's a reflection of what's going on within. And we could say that on a collective level, on the world scale, right? What you see going on in the world right now is a mirror to what's going on inside, internally in the collective, right? We were believing, we were feeling, we were acting, and then there's a lot of programming, right? That's a whole other thing. But don't give too much power to your circumstances. Sometimes you have to have a vision beyond the circumstances. Even when I was in my addiction, my dark night of the soul, even when my mom took her own life, as hard as those situations were, you know, I eventually did see a higher perspective. I was able to see that my life was going to go on past those negative circumstances. I did have a little glimmer of hope, and sometimes that's all it is. Just focus on a little glimmer of hope. Focus on something that brings you joy. Take a different action. Think a different thought. Feel a different way. Believe that things can change. Sometimes it's just you have to believe that things can get better and believe that things can change. Because they can. Things are always changing. So why couldn't it? Just because you had a lot of trauma, just because you had a lot of bad experiences, doesn't mean that's what your life's going to be. And if you keep believing that, you're going to attract what you believe and what you feel, right? Go into law of attraction and stuff too. So take more energy away from the circumstance, know that it's going to change, make the change within, and then know that the outside is going to change regardless of what it looks like. Keep doing things to improve yourself, to heal yourself, to raise your own vibration, and then you will start to see things shift. And it doesn't always happen right away. Sometimes we don't get the instant gratification, we don't see the change immediately, and then we get back into our old negative loop. But we need to keep giving energy to the reality we do want to create, and that's maybe envisioning yourself in your ideal reality. Even meditations can help with that too. Just doing something different to break you out of that loop. Sometimes it's all you need. It can be the smallest change. You'd be surprised what could get you out of that circumstance or the negative loop that keeps creating that circumstance. But you have to shift your focus and energy to the reality you do want instead of your current circumstance, and focus on shifting within. So that's all I have for today. That was my little weekly inspiration. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, Instagram, TikTok, and I have 2 podcasts. The links are in this video description and in my channel description. I also offer intuitive transformational coaching. So if you need intuitive guidance and motivation to help support you on your healing, self-improvement, and/or spiritual journey, my contact information is in this video description. Have a good day. Namaste.